Oh, it's a lovely song. That's Eilidh Patterson, of course. Moving on. Good morning. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme. It's a very, very wet day. Is it wet up where you live?
Yes.
Up in the poor part of town?
Yes.
Is it bad up there?
My back's very soggy.
Is it?
Yes.
You should get a blotter. I'll get you one of those blotter mattresses.
Very, very.
Listen,
Janet was saying the same.
I have to say, talking to the fat boy there about the World Cup, he seems to be quite exercised by the forthcoming competition. And I myself am quite interested in that, so much so that today I'm going to make a kind of a special day. I'm going to play a lot of, well, I suppose, mainly African music, and I've got a number of songs here which are covers of well-known songs that we have here in the UK and indeed in the USA, covered basically by African musicians. I'm going to play a lot of tracks from that today, just to a nod in the direction of the World Cup.
Excellent.
A nod to the direction of African music. So the first one we'll play is Hit the Road Jack in French.
You see, and people think...
people think we know nothing. People think we're not aware of what's going on around us. People think that we live in this kind of little bubble, that we're only concerned about our own issues here up in the northwest. But we're a worldwide city. This is an international city, Sean, and you and I are international people. You and I have travelled the world for the BBC, and we've been, well, hailed as wonderful ambassadors for Northern Ireland. And our task is not finished yet. We have other places to go, other horizons to head for, other people to conquer, other minds to change, because we must all live together, Sean. We're only in the one planet. This isn't a rehearsal. This is the real thing.
That's good. I like that.
I'm practicing for being a politician.
I'm very emotional.
Listen, I know you're very emotional. I can see a little tear reaching your cheek when you realise that I am talking about world measures today, and not just little parochial things that we concern ourselves with. That's what's wrong with it.
Did you see Nixon last night?
Nixon?
Nixon.
Nigel Dodds? Nixon?
Oh, in the den. Nixon and his den.
No, I didn't see that. I wasn't watching television last night. I was doing God's work.
What
was it, the movie Nixon?
No.
Did you ever see that movie Nixon with Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I'm always surprised when you say you've seen a movie.
Yeah. I know.
Did you actually go and see it? Or did you see it on television?
I think it came into my house.
It came in on its own? Did somebody bring it in?
I don't know.
Somebody brought it in a video?
I don't think I was in a popcorn eating establishment.
A cinema, you mean?
Yeah, wherever.
It's easier to say cinema. So somebody brought it into your house and you saw it. I didn't like it. I thought it was quite dull. Did you not think so? Do you remember what it was like? I thought it was dull.
I thought it was all right.
I thought it was dull. I thought it was overemphasized. The character was overplayed. I thought it was overacted. Much better was Frost Nixon. Did you see Frost Nixon?
That was brilliant.
It's much better.
Yeah, but this was good last night because it was...
what was on last night?
It was some professor, I don't know who.
I'm starting with a pen again.
Yeah. Anyway, they were talking about how it all went wrong for Nixon, how it was found out, and how the Vietnam War and all. And then there was a program immediately on afterwards, how the Vietnam War was lost. Did you see that?
No, that sounds like a good documentary. I remember the time. It seems a long time ago now, and many people listening will wonder how old I am.
BBC 4 last night and started at 9 o'clock. It was pretty good.
I didn't see that. Well, I was in America at the time of Watergate, and I happened to be in a kind of a bad place. All the time of the Watergate hearings. I spent that entire time, and it's a matter of months actually, I was, without giving too much away, I watched it all on television because I was living in a hotel, and I was, as I say, in a bad place, and a lot of time in my hands. And I used to lie there all day. This is true. I've never told you this before. I used to lie there all day and watch the Watergate hearings.
Right.
And I was there when the man announced that President Nixon had tapes of all the conversations. I saw it all live. I don't remember. I remember very little of it, but I saw it all live. Incidentally, look at this, what's happening in our own country.
It was his insecurity that trapped him. The tips,
He hated Kennedy. You say?
No,
he never got over.
No,
Kennedy.
he didn't feel sure about the whole position. He couldn't. I think he could come to terms with being the president.
No,
and he taped everything.
No, but what he didn't understand was, you see, what he didn't understand was this. And a lot of politicians since have never had that trouble. You see, Nixon thought that people realised, that everything they did was crooked. People thought that people assumed that they knew that to be true. He didn't realise that people thought that some of the things he did was against the law because Nixon only did what everybody else did. Kennedy was far worse than Nixon. He did far worse things than Nixon did. Nixon was the guy who didn't think there was anything wrong with what he was doing. At least the other guys, they thought there was something wrong, so they tried to hide it. He didn't know. He thought everybody realised that they were all crooks. You know the way we know that everybody, all politicians are all crooks? We know that.
No, they are not. No, they are not. How dare you say that? Some of my best friends are politicians.
I rest my case. Listen now.
Janice says Bella's waiting on you.
Bella? What about the lads who have gone down with the yacht? And
what's that story? I just heard a brief headline.
A gentleman writes to me and he said, I am sure that both of you, like the rest of us, are delighted to hear the news that the 3 downtown radio celebrities are safe and well after their yacht sank near Ballycastle. The 3 involved, do you know who the 3 involved are?
I heard...
Mr. Jonathan Hero.
Yes, I heard the names, yeah.
Johnny Hero.
Yeah.
Dougie Marshall.
Yeah.
And, of course, Housewife's favourite, Mr. Robert Skates. Apparently, they're regarding themselves as lucky because if Kelly Devine had been on board, they'd have went down with all hands. Hello, but it's good that the lads are safe.
That's a big hole in the ocean you've just dug. If it's possible to dig a hole in the sea, you've dug.
No, Candy's lovely.
Oh, it's too late now. It's out now. It's out now. Na 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 na. Him Lone Ranger, me no tanto.
What you say, paleface?
By the way,
what?
Apparently the man featured us, or you, or this programme on the Radio 1 yesterday again.
Yes. What was he doing yesterday? What we were doing? We're becoming a regular fister. What, fister? We're becoming a regular feature. We're going to be like Roy Walker on Chris Moyles.
That'd be great.
What about you? Hello, Chris Moyles. Hello. I was talking to Roy Walker the other day. Was I telling you that?
You told me, yeah.
But was I telling the listeners?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
And he was saying it's just a whole new life for me.
No, Janice says you didn't tell the listeners.
You don't know what I tell
Yes,
you. You're confusing reality.
You met Roy Walker in Belfast.
Roy Walker, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, yes.
Yeah.
He's looking very well.
Is he?
He's starting to talk like Jimmy Craig.
Is he?
He said it's great. It's a whole new lease of life in the Chris Moyles show.
Yeah. But we're on. We're on.
Well, what parts of us were on?
Brad James. Greg James.
What parts of us were on? What is he
I
on
don't know.
doing?
Greg James.
Is he making fun of us, is he? Is he making fun of us?
No, I don't think
Is he
so.
making fun? You better
I
not.
don't think so.
Is there somebody on the line
a nice
here?
guy.
He is a nice guy. Hello, if you like sauce, he must be lovely. Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry.
Who's that?
Gerry, it's Bella here.
Hello, Bella, how are you?
Gerry, did you hear me snoring there through all that?
Yes, I did, actually. I didn't like to say anything. I thought maybe perhaps you didn't know what you were doing, but obviously you were very well aware of what you were doing.
I was.
That's okay.
Well, Gerry, would I tell you why I'm ringing you? I'm ringing you up on behalf of my friend Lorna. Now, my friend Lorna thinks you're like a big lion, but I've reassured her you're just like a pussycat, and she's afraid to talk to you, but I've said you're not that frightening.
I'm not. I'm a really nice guy. A lot of people who know me say that.
I know that, and I told her Gerry will be all right. Speak to Gerry, but she said no. I had to phone you, but I'm going to put you on the line to her in a minute.
Is she afraid of me?
She's afraid of you, Gerry, and I don't
please.
think she should be.
No, there's no reason at all.
I don't think so. Do you?
Absolutely not. The sooner you put her on, the better.
I'll put her on now too. You will, Gerry?
What's her name again?
This is my friend Lorna.
Lorna.
And
Okay.
We're going to talk to you about something that's happening.
All right, Lorna.
All
Okay,
right,
Lorna.
Lorna.
Where's Lorna? Lorna.
Here she
Lorna,
comes.
Lorna,
Here she comes, Gerry.
Lorna.
Hello, Gerry.
Hello, Lorna. How are you? I can't
Very-
believe that you're afraid of me.
Well, unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, my friend's very brave. I'm not.
That's okay. No need to be afraid of me. I'm not like the others, but I'm okay. I'm all
Glad
right.
to hear it. Glad to hear it.
Well, tell me what you're up to.
I'll tell you what it is. I just want to advertise a concert that's coming up. It's an aid of Tear Fund,
Yes.
which is a charity to see 50 million people released from material poverty in the world.
Yes.
And we're having a concert, and I know you play Brian Houston
Yes.
on your show.
I do, yes. I have done it in the past, yeah.
Yes, well, it's a Brian Houston concert, and it's in Hamilton Road, Presbyterian Church, Bangor,
Yes.
Friday, the 18th of June at 8 o'clock.
Okay, that's next week, is it, or the week after?
Yes, next week, the
It's
18th.
next- yeah, it's
Not
next
this
Friday.
Friday, but next Friday.
Friday week, yeah.
And if people want to get tickets, they can get them in the Faith Mission bookshop or at Hamilton Road office, or they can pay on the night.
All right, then. That's good.
But
Okay.
thank you very much, Gerry.
Not at all. That wasn't too bad, was it?
No. It's good to have confident friends.
That's
who can
good.
do these things.
You too can be confident.
Yeah.
I'll help you in any way I can.
Well, that's very kind.
All right, then.
Thank you very much. She's shouting at me here.
I
What?
hear her.
Oh, I'll leave you a free ticket at the door.
Please do.
If you will come with Sean.
No, he
We'll be
doesn't travel.
delighted to
He doesn't like to travel in case he might have to buy somebody a drink somewhere
Oh
along the way.
dear, oh dear. Well, you wouldn't have to buy a drink. It's a Presbyterian church. We don't
Oh!
serve alcohol. I'm getting braver here. I'm getting braver. I'm coming into my own here.
That's good. Where is it again? When is it again?
It's the 18th of June.
Friday week, and where is it?
Hamilton Road.
Yes.
Presbyterian Church.
Okay.
Bangor.
All right then. Okay. Hope you have a
Okay.
good night.
All the best.
Thank you. I never understand why people are afraid of me.
A man wants to know, what were you in jail for in America?
I
never
wasn't in
told-
jail. I didn't say I was
Were you in jail in the 70s?
No. Well,
In America?
no, I wasn't. I
Well,
wasn't in
they
jail.
think you're in jail.
No. I told the man, that I was living in a hotel during the time of the Watergate hearings. And I had a lot of time in my hands.
Yes, well, people are reading between the lines.
No. So, no. See, that's a Northern Ireland point of view. If you're living in a hotel with time in your hands, you think you're in long cash. No, you see, I spent considerable parts of my life living in hotels. I lived in a hotel one time, and the only people who lived in the hotel were black musicians and strippers. I was the only male white man there, and all the women were all strippers, and all the men were all black musicians. What a great, wonderful hotel. I had the greatest time ever. You want to be in that bar at night? It was great. You know, after
Will you ever forget the hotel that the Talkback team recommended to us when we went to America? Will you ever forget
Well, there
that?
are two.
That's
There
the
are
night
two.
that- okay, I was going to shoot you.
There are two hotels that I will never forget. One is the one that the Talkback team recommended we stay in New York, and the other one is the one that Daniel O'Donnell recommended we stay in San Francisco.
That's right, the one with no curtains.
The one with nothing. And I went to bed. I went into this place. We won't say what the name of the place was, but Daniel said, it's a very good hotel. He said, we stay there all the time. And we discovered he was lying. He'd never been in San Francisco in his life. That was the first time he was there. Somebody recommended it to him, and then he was trying to be clever by saying to us, oh, it's very good, stay there. So we stayed there. I noticed he wasn't staying there, but we stayed there. Remember we went in? Yeah.
Oh, I was all right.
You were okay. But the fella gave me a ticket. What he called the ticket to get into the room, the key. The fella gave me a key. And I went downstairs, and it was down in the basement. And I'd opened the door, and there was a window.
That's right.
And you could see people walking across. Halfway down the window was the sidewalk.
Yes.
And there were people walking along, and they could look in at me. And I said, I must pull over the curtains. And there were none. There were no curtains. So I went into bed, and there was people looking in at me. And I'm sitting there going, so I said, I can't take this anymore. So I rang up. Remember, I rang up reception. I said, excuse me, I'm not the type of person to complain, but I'm in a room here and people are looking in at me. I said, is there some other room that I can have? And he said, well, I'll ring you back. I said, that's okay, thank you very much. No big deal, but I'd kind of like a room where nobody can see me. Because, I get nervous when I'm lying in bed and people are looking in at me because they might break the window and jump on top of me. And then so I forgot all about it then, and I went to sleep. And then at about 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard this at the door. I went, who could this be at this time of night? And I opened
Fingers
the door.
crossed.
And it was the guy in the reception. He says, you can change your room now, he said. I said, no, it's all right. The people are all gone away. It's dark now. It's okay. I'll stay here now. And then I went back to bed. And then this is the worst thing that happened. I looked around me. Do you know the way sometimes during the night you have to get up? And I looked around and there was no toilet. You see? And I looked around. Do you know way some in the room there's no toilet? There's a sink.
Do you think, does Janet want to hear this? Janet and Emma want to hear this?
No, you see, but the listeners
Yes.
are
Janet
listening
says
to-
yes.
No, I looked around me and there was no sink. Still the way sometimes Janet and Emma, I'm sorry, but sometimes when men are in hotel rooms, sometimes they have to pee in the sink if there's no toilet. But I got so used to that when I was a musician that when I used to stay in hotels, I used to get up and stand up against the wall and looking for the sink. And even though the toilet was there, I was so used to not having it. But then I realised, what's going on here? And I said, what am I going to do? And I suddenly realised the toilet was way down at the bottom of the hall. And I didn't want to go down there because there were people outside. There was a party going on outside.
It gets worse, Janet.
And I was afraid to get. I was afraid to go out. There was people running up and down, and I didn't want to be going down there in your jammies. You see? So I said, what am I do? So I looked around and I opened this little cabinet or little thing, and there was 2 glasses in it. So I peed in the glasses. And I left them there, you see, and I'll get rid of those tomorrow. And then I went, and then it started to get quiet outside, and I said, "Look, I have to go to the toilet again." But the glasses were full. So I took the 2 glasses, and I opened the door, I put on my clothes, and I
You had no clothes on, you stopped trying to dress it up. You were naked.
Then. I was naked. So I walked, I got up, and it was very quick. It's about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I thought everybody had gone to bed.
Walking down a corridor with 2 glasses.
So I opened the door with the 2 glasses, and I walked down the corridor. And I wasn't entirely naked. I had me jockeys on.
You hadn't?
How do you know?
You told the story before.
No, but I may have lied. I had me jockeys on. So I'm just walking down with 2 glasses, full up, and with me jockeys on. And then the store opens. And this guy comes out. And he says...
You said, "Do you want a drink?"
No. He said, no, you spoiled it. You spoiled it.
You didn't. I made that up.
You spoiled it. No, he said,
I made that up.
No, you spoiled it.
That's not the line you told the last time.
No, but this is what really happened. And this guy opened the door and he was drunk. And he said, hi there. I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Hey, where's the party?" He said, "Where's the party?" I said, "Down here. Here, have one of these."
Diane wants you. Diane, yoo-hoo. Hooey. Diane's on 2.
I'm not speaking to you for ruining that. You ruined it. You stepped on me punchline.
Já tô com pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar, não vou, já tô com pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar. Já tô com pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar, não vou, já tô com pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar. Oh baby, não se engane, não me trate assim, o tempo é curto, você tão ruim. Pense com o coração e você vai entender. Eu tô cansada desse drama, eu não aguento mais sofrer. A vida não para, só passa. E o seu problema não está em mim. E o seu problema não está em mim. Já tô com o pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar. Não vou, já tô com o pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar. Já tô com o pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar. Não vou, já tô com o pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar. Você me maltrata, me chama, não diz nada. Vou botar os pés no chão e seguir na estrada. Não pense que o destino é assim tão cruel. Na vida cada um representa seu papel. Não perca seu tempo nessa confusão. Eu vou fazer as minhas malas e seguir com decisão. Já tô com o pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar. Não vou, já tô com o pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar. Já tô com o pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar. Não vou, já tô com o pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar.
a great record. That's Mo Horizons. That's a track called Hit the Road Jack. And when they go, no more, no more, no more, no more, they sound exactly like the people who sang on the record by Ray Charles, which is brilliant. And a gentleman writes to me and he said, can you ask the Health Minister, Michael McGimpsey, what?
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but
Can't you hear me talking here?
Janice says Diane's waiting 12 and a half minutes.
Well, okay. The gentleman wants me to ask the Health Minister, Michael McGimpsey, if he will do Kenneth Wilson-Holmes' World Cup final commentary. So I'll have to ask the Health Minister. Mr. McGimpsey?
Yes.
Would you like to do the Kenneth Wilson-Holmes World Cup final commentary?
You mean all of it?
No, just the end part when he says there's some people on the pitch.
I think I could manage that.
Could you do it now, or would you want to wait until later?
I'll do it now.
Okay, after 3. 1, 2, 3.
There's some people on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now.
You're in big trouble. Look, is it worth squeezing Diane in for 2 minutes?
Diane, is 2 minutes enough for you? She's not on.
She's
where
on
is she?
2.
I could try. I'll go quick.
You can wait until after the news if you like. Go as quick as you like.
I could go now really quickly if you like.
I like that.
I want her to wait.
No,
I want more.
He wants you to wait. He wants more. He doesn't like it when you're quick. No, no, it's okay. No, wait. Let's just wait until 11 o'clock. Give us an idea of what it might be about.
It's a fundraiser for a wee fella called Jonathan Adams. We're doing here at the Mid-Antrim Animal Sanctuary to get him a portable oxygen compressor.
Okay, right. We need more time to talk about that. We'll talk about that after the news, okay?
Okay, that'll do.
We'll get back to you because I don't want to throw that away, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll ring you after the news, probably about 10 to 12. No, we'll get back to you about 10 past 11, okay?
That'll do, grand.
Not at all. Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Janet wants the talkback story.
What?
Janet wants the talkback story.
No, I think one story is enough a day. We don't want to spoil the listeners. I would very much like to obtain a copy, says a man, of the Brian Friel play Farewell to Ard Straw. I've never heard of that.
Farewell to Ard Straw?
I've never heard of that. No. Because I'm not a great play goer, to be honest with you.
Was that a play?
It is a play.
I thought it was a song.
No, it's a play. Brian Friel play. Brian Friel, Ireland's greatest living playwright, who taught me at school.
What would he be doing, writing songs?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was thinking myself. You know what? I was taught by a Nobel laureate and Ireland's greatest living playwright. I learned nothing.
Listen, a lady phoned in looking your help.
You just couldn't wait till me finish talking there, could you?
I heard it before.
You didn't hear it before.
A lady wants your help. She's looking at Christy Hennessy song, and she thinks Christy Hennessy wrote the song before he died.
I'm sure he did.
And it's a song about dying. Can you help?
Oh, is it called...
I don't know.
Prayer for the something? Is it called Prayer for the something?
Prayer for the suffering?
No, Prayer for the something.
That's an unusual title, Prayer for the something.
Indeed. I hate the way you're so hateful. There's
prayer
a song,
for the something?
There's a prayer for something.
I'm sure there is.
Here's the news now.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
BBC News at 11 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Sweeney. A spokesperson for the RNLI has questioned why a yacht which ran aground on rocks near Ballycastle was near them in the first place. 6 people, including 3 downtown radio presenters, were rescued by lifeboat crews. They were taking part in a charity fundraiser. Natasha Sayi reports.
Standing here on the cliffs at Kilby and Head, I can just about make out what's left of the Lord Rank. A small portion of the masts are sticking out of the water, and 2 inflatable life rafts mark the spot where it sank. Marine accident investigators are trying to work out what happened here, and they're taking statements from the 3 crew of the Lord Rank and the 3 radio DJs who were on board for a charity broadcast. 2 local lifeboats were involved in the rescue, and a spokesman for the RNLI in Portrush says that while he doesn't know the exact circumstances of the accident, the area in which the Lord Rank sank is known as Carrickmannion and is well known for its dangerous rocks. And he questioned what the yacht was doing there in the first place.
A man has been injured in a paramilitary-style shooting in West Belfast. The 23-year-old was shot once in the leg in the Glen Road area late last night. He was taken to hospital for treatment, but his condition is not thought to be life-threatening. 2 men are being questioned by Gardaí following the discovery of cocaine worth around €200,000 in a car near Dundalk last night. A Northern Ireland registered car was stopped during a routine patrol on the M1. Gardaí became suspicious when they discovered the passenger was carrying a knife. The 2 occupants, both from Northern Ireland, were taken to Dundalk Garda Station. The cocaine was discovered during a search of the car. One of the twin babies mauled by a fox as they slept is said to be doing a lot better in hospital. The Couparas twins were attacked in an upstairs bedroom of their home in East London. The twins' grandmother said the family were pleased about Lola's progress but remained concerned about Isabella. Well, now time for the weather forecast with Barabest.
Cloudy and mostly dry in the east with a few showers following in behind the rain, which will continue to affect the west for a while as it travels towards the Atlantic. A cloudy afternoon with some scattered showers and cool northeasterly winds. Highs today around 15 degrees. Drier for the second part of the day, brightening up too, and we may even get some evening sunshine.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
The Armagh Road outside Newry has been cleared following an accident at Cranky Road. Looking at roadworks, and for those travelling between Newcastle and Clough, part of the Dundrum Road is closed near Knocksticken Road. Diversions are in place there until 4:30 this afternoon. Looking ahead to tonight, and the M1 will be closed towards Belfast from Blaris to Saintfield Road. That's from 11 o'clock until 6 tomorrow morning. A diversion will be in place. And at the George Best Belfast City Airport, the 25 to 10 flight from Leeds has been delayed until 11:30. Aileen Moyna reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, fighting back against that farming fine. Our politicians in Europe today, should they have been more careful in the first place? Fancy a change of direction? Have you changed career? Tweet me if you have. Wendy talks back. He wrote Braveheart, directed We Were Soldiers, and his words are on a new memorial in East Belfast. Hollywood director Randall Wallace tells me why. And what a boy. Neil Lennon, new Celtic manager. Your views on that and the rest. Join me on Talkback at 12.
Thank you, Wendy. That's Talkback coming up at noon. The World Cup, the Theatre of Dreams. It'll all start on Friday in South Africa. Oh, if only I were there. They need me there. Man of my experience, my depth of perception, my experience of the world, my knowledge of the African subcontinent. They need me there. It's not too late. Fabio may call. But in the meantime, Ladysmith Black Mambazo and Phoebe Snow. This is one of the best records ever made. Listen to this carefully. Listen to the singing.
People get ready. There's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage. You just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. A train to Jordan, picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key, open the doors and board them. Pass home for home among the lost. People get ready. 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 There ain't no room for the homeless sinner who would hurt all mankind just to save his own. Have pity on love and have mercy. His choices grow thinner, 'cause there's no hiding place from the kingdom's throne. Just thank the Lord. People got ready. People get yourself ready. Can you get ready? Can you get ready? Oh, yeah. People get ready. People get ready. I'm so ready. People get ready. I'm ready. People get ready. People get ready. People get ready. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm sanctified. Hallelujah. I feel so good in the midnight hour. I can feel your power. Hallelujah. Glory.
Oh, that's Phoebe Snow. Nobody sings like Phoebe Snow. She's great. And also Lady Smith, Black Mambazo. That's a song called People Get Ready, of course. Some requests here. How would you get Gerry to say happy birthday, happy 40th birthday to David Wright from Loop and do the horn? I'm not doing the horn today.
Why not?
Because I feel as if I'm some kind of performing chimp. Do you know what I mean?
I think you should try it.
No,
I think
no,
it's a
no.
very popular
No,
feature.
It's beneath my dignity to do the horn just when anybody
The
jumps.
Viking horn.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Let them do it at home. Let them eat cake. All right? I'm not doing the horn, okay?
I'm doing it.
Please, would you ask Uncle Hugo to wish Siobhan McShane from Hilltown. Look, I've become a channel for Hugo. Good luck as she is heading.
A back channel? Is that what it is? A back channel?
No, it's not a
What,
back channel. That's a different thing entirely.
But what is that?
Channeling.
No.
Channel.
It's not a back channel? Back channel?
Back channel, no. No.
Is it not?
What are you talking about? What are you thinking about? You thinking about a word? You're trying to think of a word?
I'm trying to think of where
Conduit.
No, where you're when you're dealing with the government secretly.
Yes.
Is that not a back channel? Is it not something a back channel?
I really don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Say for it, right? If I'm negotiating with the government and
if you're negotiating with the government, yes,
and no one's to know about it on behalf of someone else, say,
yeah.
There's a word for it.
You would just use channels. Yeah.
No.
Back channel.
No, there's a word with back.
Will you stop? Siobhan McShane from Hilltown, good luck as she's heading off on her travels to Thailand and Australia on Thursday the 10th of June, which is tomorrow actually. And I have to say here, man writes to me and he says, where have nicknames gone?
Diane's waiting on you again.
Is she?
Listen, I have a question for you before you go to the nicknames.
Yes.
In case I forget. A lady phoned and she wants you to ask Geordie this question.
Yes.
How does a hen know when it's pregnant?
Well, a hen doesn't know when it's pregnant.
Yes, it does. She says because years ago, when she was a young girl and living on farms or working on farms, when the hen was pregnant, you know what the hen used to do?
What?
Have you any idea? Now, you're a country boy.
Make a Malteser sandwich?
No.
What?
The hen would wander off. It would go away from home. And it would be found under a bush or something, or somewhere different. And it would lay its wee egg. Yeah. And you had to follow the hen to see where it was laying.
But is that not just a regular egg? You see, whenever a hen lays an egg, it doesn't know if the egg is, heavy with child or not.
You have to, don't...
In other words, the rooster impregnates the hen, and every once in a while
said,
a hen... Will you listen to me talk?
No, but she said the rooster's at them all.
I'm sure he is. But the point is that not every egg is capable of turning into a little chick when it comes out. Only
How does
some
the
of them.
hen know? That's what she's
That's
asking.
what I'm saying. The hen does. It's like a flask. When you put hot water into a flask, how does it know? And if you put cold water into a flask to keep it cold, how does it know to keep it cold?
She wants to ask Geordie.
Well,
How
maybe
does a hen
perhaps.
know when it's pregnant?
Okay, I'll ask him, but he won't know. But what he'll do is he'll make up an answer that sounds credible, and it'll be rubbish, and people will ring in and complain and start that whole cycle over again.
What about Diane?
Where is she?
One.
Good morning, Diane.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm not too bad, thanks. How are you?
People are afraid of me. There was a woman on earlier, she was afraid to put her friend on because her friend was afraid of me. I feel bad about that. I don't know. Are you afraid of me?
Well, I think I'm just nervous in general about being on the radio, but...
No
I
reason to
don't
be
know.
nervous. All you do is talk. Go ahead.
Well, I would like to... I was told by my boss, John McCartney, had the idea of getting in touch with you to put out an appeal on the radio to see if anybody has a portable oxygen compressor,
Yes.
which they'd be willing to sell or donate or anything that's even refurbished or that kind of thing, because to buy a new one is so expensive. And this guy that we're trying to raise the funds to get one for, he's only 20, and it would really improve his quality of life. So we're having a fundraiser to get the money together to get one of these, but just on the off chance that anybody knows of any or has heard of any or has one that they don't need, or just to, get in touch with us at the Mid-Antrim Animal Sanctuary.
Obviously, the young man is ill. So,
Yes.
is it a kind of a breathing aid, obviously? Is it?
It is. Jonathan has cystic fibrosis,
Yes.
osteoporosis and diabetes.
Oh, God love him.
And
Yeah.
his condition has got to the point where he can't leave the house without oxygen. And the NHS will provide him with, the oxygen and the tubing and that kind of thing, but he's more or less anchored to wherever his cylinder is.
Uh-huh.
So all his friends and his work colleagues and whatnot up here were trying to raise the money to get one on wheels, one of the portable ones, so as he can come back up to the sanctuary. He's our long-term animal sponsorship secretary, you
Oh,
see.
yes, yes.
And he's dedicated his life to working with animals, and he writes to everybody who sponsors an animal up in here, and he sends out pictures, and he does everything for so many animals who can't actually turn around and say, here, look, Jonathan, thanks very much. So on their behalf, we're trying to do something for Jonathan to show that what he's been doing for years is really, really appreciated, and how much we miss him and how much we'd love to have him back up at the sanctuary here.
It sounds like
So-
a special kind of a person.
He is. He's wonderful.
All right, then. So tell me exactly what it is you need.
Well, we're having a fundraiser at the Ramble Inn on the 25th of June, and it's £10 a ticket to get in there. We're having a buffet is provided by our friends and colleagues at Favour and Clinivet Pet Food there in Randallstown.
Yes.
They always help us out in sponsorships and things, and they're very good to us that way. And so they're putting on a free buffet. Billy Finlay, the singing dog warden, is providing an acoustic set for us. He's doing a bit of country and whatnot, and we're going to have a DJ set with some of Jonathan's favourite songs, Lady Gaga, etc. So every penny will be going to this oxygen machine, so there'll be absolutely no profit. We don't have to pay any overheads. Every single penny is going to get this oxygen machine.
Is
So
it a
it's
very
£10.
expensive? How expensive is this?
Well, that's what we were hoping to get, maybe a refurbished one, which you could possibly get for 1,500. But if that doesn't work out, a new one is 3,000. So it's going to be, it's a hard slog, but we really need a miracle, and that's why we're ringing you, Gerry.
Would there be any possibility that somebody might have one of those?
On the very off chance there might be one. I think because I was speaking to the guy who runs this company yesterday, the technology is so new that there aren't really very second-hand ones about, but on the off chance that there are, maybe somebody has one that somebody's not using anymore, or a refurbished one or something, then...
All right, so if anyone out there has something like that that would be of any help, or they think it might be of any help to you, you don't mind if we give out your number? Not on the air, but if anyone rings up, we can give them your number, right?
Oh, no, that'd be brilliant.
Okay.
Oh,
then.
no, that'd be great.
Well, wish you all the best of luck with that. You're obviously a lot of caring people down there, and looking after that man.
Well, thank you very much, Gerry, and you're
Very
not
good.
scary at all.
Thank you. All right then.
Okay.
Cheerio then.
Thanks now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Two dark pools of sorrow and disguise, drawing me closer, your eyes. They'll take no prisoners, show no compromise, pulling me closer, your I don't want this mystery to end. Right now you are a stranger, soon you'll be my friend. I like the way not knowing you yet feels. You keep me second guessing what is false and what is real. Storm clouds roll across these angry skies, a lightning flash reflected in your eyes. And the winds may change, and when it does, it will surprise me, like when I'm looking in your eyes. And I can't keep myself from looking, yet I don't want to stare. I should probably concentrate on something else instead. Even though your lips are speaking words profound and wise, I don't hear, just look into your eyes. And it feels just like I've run a race and won the prize. Every time I look into your eyes, and they see right through me, cut me down to size. Without a word they speak to me, your eyes. And I don't want this mystery to end. Right now you are a stranger, soon you'll be my friend. I like the way not knowing you yet feels. You keep me second guessing what is false and what is real. What is real?
That's Eileen Patterson again. That's a great song called Your Eyes. That's from her album, which is called When the Time Comes. I played a track at the very beginning of the programme called Moving On, but I didn't tell you that that was her album, which is called... Oh, it's me crashing into the microphone there.
It's a duck.
What?
It's duck.
I need a more sentence. I need a sentence there.
Remember, I was talking about the hens.
Oh, I see.
Laying
Yeah.
away
See,
from
I don't
home.
remember
it's,
stuff.
It's not a hen that lays away from home. It's a duck.
You see, that's a different thing. Duck is different.
Yeah.
Nicknames.
What about Rosaline?
Rosaline? What about her? Is she on the
How long
line?
is she waiting?
She's waiting now.
Have we seen?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Why are you doing this to people today, making people wait?
Well, has Janet got some kind of stopwatch there?
She has,
She
yes.
seems to know exactly how long people
She-
are waiting.
she's on the-
She nothing else to do except time how long it takes.
No,
me.
that's why it's all colour coded
Coded.
now, you see, because it tells you the time and the colour code.
Do you remember all the nicknames used to be... people don't use nicknames anymore. Do you remember Jimmy One Sock?
No.
Do you remember Scruff and Tail McDermott?
No.
They were nicknames of people who used to live in this city. And then there was Hughie Bad Word. Do you remember him?
No. I never heard of one of those.
That's because you never went out of the house at all. A gentleman called Adam, he says, where does a nickname go? He said, I always believed the best ones were earned in the factories and building sites by working men. And I can remember ones in use permanently, even by these men's relatives, like there was Wirehead, Sumo Kicker, Boo, and the Wittard. But at last, he said, with the recession driving these characters away, the nickname is like the economy on its knees, and the Raven himself is hoarse. Did you or Sean ever have nicknames? Did you ever have a nickname?
No.
Your father was called...
Yes, we went through that before. Yeah. Monty.
Monty, yeah. Was that anything to do with Field Marshal Montgomery?
No, we went through all that before.
I hate the way you don't want to talk about anything.
There's a person here referring to you as reptile features.
That's not a nickname, that's a comment. I never inherited one, he said, except for the mundane addition of O onto my surname when I played football.
Oh, I hate that.
Uh-huh. Adam O. You'd have been Coilo.
I'd been Coilo. You'd have been... What would you have been?
Andy O.
No, Anderson?
No, Andy.
No, what would you have been?
I was Andy. People used to call me Andy.
Andy.
People used to call me Andy. That's the nearest thing I ever heard. Came to a nickname.
Pass the ball, Gerald. No, it doesn't
No,
sound
Andy.
right.
People called me Andy for a while, but I stamped it out.
Did you?
Malcolm Brody is there's a film on Malcolm Brody tonight.
Yeah.
Guess what he used to be called?
No.
Guess. Malky. I never inherited one. However, if you want to hear one of the greatest nicknames of all time, read on. And do you know what this is? This is a golf story. I swear. It's a golf story. In the town of Ballinamalard, who's from Ballinamalard originally?
Is it a funny man?
Christine Bleakley.
I didn't even know that.
You know nothing what goes on around you. In the town of Ballinamalard, ancestral home of Rudyard Kipling and Christine Bleakley, many years ago, a stag do departed.
You're calling her Bleakley now, I notice.
What's her name?
Is it
Bleakley. I don't know. This was the norm before everyone headed to Lithuania to buy thimbles full of warm beer for €15, whilst burly bouncers forced them to place bills of high denomination into the knicker strap of buxom pole dancers. That's what people get up to in Lithuania. Well, they did do before the economy crashed. After much drink, the golfers in attendance headed to a well-known facility for a round, and the rest headed for Class A's. The golfers were poised at the 18th hole, and the best man, I think he was called Victor, set up to putt the ball from 12 yards. He had 2 attempts to win the kitty, so the first shot was played close to the hole, a mere 3 feet away. But as he stepped forward to apply the coup de grace, what should appear but a big black crow, swooping down from the grey Antrim sky, and lifted the golf ball in its talons and flew away. Did you ever hear of that happening? In golf?
Yes, it has happened, but I don't believe that.
Denying the man his prize money and condemning him to be known forever as the Rook.
No.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that, no.
That's a story made up. Who's on the line here?
Rosalind's boyfriend rang Janet to say that Rosalind has to go to the MOT centre. She's waiting now. 13 minutes? How long is she waiting to? 12 minutes.
12.
She's waiting to have an MOT.
All right then. Where is she? Hello, Rosalind?
Crossgar.
Yes, I know, but I mean on this machine here.
1, 2.
Hello.
2.
What? Rosalind?
Yes?
I believe you're going to have an MOT.
No, not me.
Oh, sorry.
Just the car.
Your big aunt might go.
No, I don't think so, Gerry.
You need your carburetor checked. Well, tell me this. What time's your MOT at?
5 to 11 or 5 to 12.
Oh, you've no time to get there at all.
No, not at all.
You better be swift then. Well, what is your business with me?
Well, the problem is, Gerry, my fiancé and I were trying to have our mid-morning tea here this morning.
Yes.
And you were waffling on about walking around in your jockeys.
Yes.
Now, honestly, the sausage bap nearly ended up on the floor here.
I'm sure it did.
The thought of you and your jockeys.
Well, it was a long time ago.
It would have been. It would need to have been.
A time when men wore jockeys and were unafraid of the consequences.
A pair of long johns would suit you better, Gerry.
Well, I've now graduated to the Speedo. I wear my swimming togs because you never know when you might want to jump in the water.
Well, that's even worse.
To hell with these shorts. None of this baggy shorts for me. No. I like to be snug.
Very good. But just think about other people having their breakfast when you're speaking like that, Gerry, would you?
No, you see...
Have a bit of consideration.
I know, it's something that I do not consider. You're absolutely right. But I think it's important that the people are told the truth on this programme. You see, other people are take cognizance of the fact that some people are... Well, it's like the One Show. Do you know the way the One Show never offends anybody?
Yeah.
If anything vaguely unpleasant appears, they shoo it away. And no, that's a relentlessly cheerful thing that BBC are gone on to now. I don't buy into that.
Right.
I think we need reality, actuality, real radio.
Right.
Okay, so you may hear things that will put you off your toast, but do not panic. Something good will come along after it.
Well, that's not so bad then.
That's all right then.
But good luck with the jockeys now.
Go and have your MOT'd.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. She was nice, I thought.
Yes, I think you got a wee soft spot for her.
Stop it. What do you want now?
I would like... there's a man who wants to talk to you about the Showband Museum.
Where is he?
He's on Red.
Is he serious?
One, yes. Do
you have to be nice to him?
Oh, yes, because you talked about it. Yes, you said you expressed a wish to talk to him about it.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, what's his name?
Sean.
Sean. Is that Sean? Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you doing?
Are you the man that has the museum down in the Ballroom of Romance?
We're certainly. I'll be certainly be one of the people that's going to be involved in it. Indeed,
excellent.
Gerry.
That's probably the first show band museum. You see, I've got a kind of a love-hate relationship with show bands, and I'm interested in them, but was never a real fan. But I'm interested in them as a phenomenon. And that particular ballroom that you talk about is in Glenfarne, which is in County Cavan.
Leitrim.
I'm sorry, County Leitrim. I remember being in there often, and there's a big rainbow above the stage.
There is indeed, and the big rainbow outside the hall, up on the wall as well.
That's right. I used to play in there, and also we made a little film one time, and we actually filmed in there. And I like it because it's remained exactly the same now as it was then, even down to the mineral bottles up against the wall.
The mineral bar there's a sign there for the mineral bar all the time, to be quite honest.
Is there the orange just cloudy at the bottom?
There's a bit of that all the time there.
Remember that used to go in and you see all the lemonade and it was all the stuff was in the bottom.
It used to lie in the bottom, yeah.
It had been there for years. Do you have exhibits in there?
Well, that's our idea. Our idea is that we're going to refurbish the Ball of Romance. We're still going to continue to have dances in it.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
And the idea is that you can still come dancing there, but it'll be a tourism destination for people as well. Rather than taking their picture and moving on, they'll have a reason for going into the hall. And we'll have an archive there and a showband, Millabila, and a tourism information centre, and also a community centre, fully functional community centre. So
think of the things you could have in there. You could have Dickie Rock's wig.
yeah.
What about Joe Dolan's address book?
Yeah.
And you could have Big Tom's death mask.
Yeah, well, you can use your imagination. Like you could really have it really as a big tourism attraction because the mind bobbles. When you think of what you could have in there.
The wedding dress.
Eileen Reid's wedding dress.
We're hoping to have weddings there indeed. That's part, that we can have weddings there because people want to use the hall and hire the hall for different occasions and. There's a brand name there that we're not utilising, and we certainly are going to focus on it now. And I suppose certainly it's a landmark on that road from Galway to Belfast.
Yeah, I always stop it. I always stop anytime I pass. I always stop there, and I always go up.
Next time you're around, Gerry, we'll give you a good reason for going inside. Hopefully.
No, it's great because I always stop at the door. It's always closed.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when people stop, it'll be lovely to stop and just go in.
If I go there, will I see Brenton Boyer's Hucklebuck shoes?
No, but you might see a whitewashed gable.
If we can afford to get them off, we'll have them there, right? but certainly, and what we're doing at the moment is to make this happen for us. We're a local community development group in the area in Leitrim, and we're fundraising to match fund. We will get funding to make this happen for us.
Excellent.
We also have to fundraise locally, and indeed I'm a local councillor in the area, and I'm appealing to politicians from all over even Northern Ireland because I am very friendly with politicians down there, and
yes.
I'm writing to them personally to make maybe a €20 contribution or the equivalent in sterling to our fundraiser, and they'll be getting letters now. I'm sending out 300 letters over the next week, and some of them, certainly a lot of them will be going to Northern Ireland.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with that, and we look forward to seeing the museum open. And I'll be the. Why don't you stop? Can't you see me talking to the man?
Will there be a chip van outside it?
No, there'll be 4.
4 chip vans.
Well, that was. You see, all the dance halls, Gerry, are gone now. Like the country dance hall is gone, and it's probably the last one that's remaining. And indeed, when I was a young fella going there dancing, that was a big scene. Was go outside after the dance and get a bag of chips, you know?
That's right.
How exciting that was.
Is there a cloakroom in it?
Hockey puck hamburgers. Hockey puck hamburgers.
Oh, there's a cloakroom.
A cloakroom.
You used to get the hamburgers, you used to have to throw them up against the wall to soften them.
We've got it on the internet here. We've got a photograph of it here.
Do you know what you could do as well? Do you know what you could do as well?
What?
You could have a certain kind of a display whereby a girl would go into the ladies' toilet and never come out again.
That's right.
Remember at the end of the night, you used to say, "I'm just going in to get me coat," and they'd never come out again. And you'd be sitting there, you'd be standing there for the next hour and a half, and you never knew where they went. And they used to climb out the window to avoid you.
Oh yeah. I believe that.
Anyway, good luck to you.
Listen, you'll have to drop off, Gerry, when we get going, right?
Listen, whenever you have the opening night, will you let me know? I'd love to go.
Okay, Gerry, I definitely will.
Thank you very much indeed.
God bless. Take care.
Bye. And do you know what he's thinking to himself?
He doesn't know what band you played in.
No, he doesn't know.
No.
He's probably thinking to himself, I wish Gerry would send me the pillow that he dreamt of. I want Joe Dolan's address book.
Que tous ceux qui sont dans la vibe, lève-toi. Que toutes celles qui sont dans la vibe, lève-toi. Que ceux qui sont assis se lèvent, suis le pas. Allez, maintenant on y va. Ces soirées-là, avant même qu'elles aient commencé, on est déjà dans l'ambiance. À peine entré sur la piste, on lâche nos derniers pas. Avec bien plus de style que Travolta. Pas le temps de souffler, dans la foule on part en reconnaissance. C'est la seule chose à laquelle on pense. Chacun fait son numéro pour en avoir un. Vu que rentrer sans rien, y'a pas moyen.
Ces soirées-là, on braque, on branche. Toi-même tu sais pourquoi. Pour qu'on finisse ensemble, toi et moi.
C'est pour ça.
On aime tous ces soirées-là.
Jusqu'à l'eau, on les aime jusqu'à l'eau, bébé. Dans cette soirée-là, tout le monde dansait, même le DJ. Après un tour au bar, on a mis l'ambiance obligée. Nos vestes, nos chemises en l'air, on faisait voltiger. On faisait les gars, faisait les go dans la ronde. C'est là que sur elle je suis tombé. Elle est si, j'en suis resté bouche bée. En temps normal abordé, j'aurais pas osé. Mais tout est permis dans
ces soirées-là. On braque, on branche. Toi-même tu sais pourquoi. Pour qu'on finisse ensemble, toi et moi.
C'est pour ça.
On aime tous ces soirées-là.
Jusqu'à l'eau, on les aime jusqu'à l'eau, bébé. Elles sont toutes bonnes à croquer, mais c'est sur elles que j'ai craqué. Que mon jean allait craquer, quand mes yeux sur elles se sont braqués. Bon là, elle est seule, je fais quoi? Je vais lui parler? Non, vaut mieux que je me calme avant d'y aller.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il attend pour venir me voir?
Bon, j'y vais, sinon, je vais encore le regretter.
Ah, enfin, c'est décidé, peut-être que ce soir.
T'inquiète, la soirée ne fait que commencer.
Ces soirées-là, on braque, on branche. Toi-même tu sais pourquoi. Pour qu'on finisse ensemble, toi et moi.
C'est pour ça.
On aime tous ces soirées-là.
Jusqu'à l'eau, on les aime jusqu'à l'eau, bébé. Que tous ceux qui sont dans la vibe, lève-toi. Que toutes celles qui sont dans la vibe, lève-toi. Que tout le monde main dans la main, suis le pas. Allez maintenant tous ensemble. En haut, en bas, à gauche, à droite. En haut, en bas, à gauche, à droite.
Ces soirées-là, on braque, on branche. Toi-même tu sais pourquoi. Pour qu'on finisse ensemble, toi et moi.
C'est pour ça.
On aime tous ces soirées-là.
Jusqu'à l'eau, on les aime jusqu'à l'eau,
Ces
bébé.
soirées-là, on braque, on branche. Toi-même tu sais pourquoi. Pour qu'on finisse ensemble, toi et moi.
C'est pour ça.
On aime tous ces soirées-là.
Jusqu'à l'eau, on les aime jusqu'à l'eau, bébé.
That, of course, is Oh What a Night, but in that case, it's called Ce Soir-là by Yannick. Y-A-N-N-I-C-K. Just getting up some emails here. A gentleman talking about nicknames. Yeah, he said, he said a few years back, there was a vagrant in the South Belfast. Can you say vagrant these days? A vagrant. That's a man who's
down on his luck.
Down on his luck. Just call him a bum. There was a bum in the South Belfast area who had 2 dogs, and he was called Davy Two Dogs. One of the dogs got run over, so he became known as Davy One Dog. Then his last dog ran away for a rival bum, and what do you think he was called then?
Davy No Dog?
Yes. Davy No Dog. The best nickname I remember from school was a bloke who scored an OG in a school football match. He was known for the rest of his life as Ugg. Great show yesterday, kid. Yesterday being Ancient Rome Day. I was aware of that. We normally celebrate Ancient Rome Day, well, in a spectacular manner. We drink much wine and lie on sofas. Tommy, my cat, and I listened to the show wearing very short togas. We both had laurel leaves in our hair as we lay beside a portable vomitorium bought from Argos. They're the best ones, I have to say. Oh, excuse me a second. Hold on, I have to fix this. I think it's terrible the way I have to do everything myself, don't you? Tommy and I splashed out, which comes with folding legs and twin plug holes. That's the Super Chrome 500A of vomitorium. Tommy bulked into the Super 500A and he said, the ancient Romans must have been druths. When it came to wine, they could lash it into them Cynthia. The Roman god of wine was known as Bacchus, I gasped, as I too spewed into the Super 500A. He was depicted as a bald, fat, nearly naked man drinking a pitcher of wine. That description, said Tommy, could apply to most wineries in Belfast today. I concurred. All afternoon, Tommy sat fiddling with his calculator. At 5:07, he threw the calculator from him and cried, "Apocalypse now!" According to my calculations, he revealed, which, by the way, are backed up by the Wall Street Journal and The Economists, America is in debt to the sum of $14 trillion, which is nearly as much as Christine Blakely is reported to be earning this next 3 years. Next year, the debt is expected to rise to a figure greater than the net worth of America, leaving Uncle Sam bankrupt. Great balls of fire, I yelled. What will happen then? Is it the end of conversation as we know it? Not at all, replied Tommy. America is in hock to China. The Chinese will simply take over America, Europe, and in turn, Northern Ireland, if they want it. Good! Maybe the Chinese will get their finger out, do something about the maize site and the John Lewis situation in Lisburn, now that Jeffrey Donaldson is solidly behind Israel, deflecting attention from Sino-British relations. Nil desperandum, yelled Tommy. On this day I feel the hand of history on my shoulder. I am proud to stand here and say, I am a Chineser. Pragmatic is Tommy, pragmatic to the core. And so he should be. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Cooking is one of life's pleasures.
It's this lovely pink, beautiful, really vibrant ruby. Really, it's like a ruby colour.
And here at BBC Radio Ulster, we have created a mouth-watering recipe that is simply irresistible.
I've got mascarpone cream cheese in here, fold in double cream.
It's called Cooking with Paula McIntyre, and it's just that.
So this week, orange roasted rhubarb, cheesecake.
Yeah.
A weekly podcast brimming with local produce, helpful hints, and plenty of head chef secrets.
Grease it and line the bottom with parchment paper, which means it'll not stick.
Cooking with Paula McIntyre.
Slice a nice bit of this off.
Available to download and follow whenever suits you best at bbc.co.uk/Radio Ulster.
What did the great Sean Rafferty always say? I'm salivating already.
That's Wendy.
I'm salivating already.
Christine Keeler's from Ards.
She may well be, but you're probably thinking of Christine Blakely.
That's it, Christine Blakely.
Two completely different, different area.
She's from Ards.
Christine Keeler was a high-class hooker. We'll say no more.
Manolo era todo un macho de pelo en pecho, pero estaba algo cansado, estaba harto de su sexo. Así que se afeitó y se depiló, y ahora Manolo es toda una mujer desde que va por el lado de la vida más salvaje. Sí, Manoli, por el lado más salvaje de la vida. vices y manías. Sus amantes mantenían su pisito de estudiante, pero eso sí, era muy decente. Sus clientes eran ricos, finos y elegantes, y así sobrevive. Por el lado más salvaje de la vida, sí, Natalia. Por el lado más bestia de la vida, el camellito nunca dio nada, ni un toque por aquí, ni un toque por allá. Si te quieres flipar hay que pagar, y es que en esta ciudad ya no hay nadie que nos diga: hey amigo, ¿te viene a dar una vuelta conmigo, Jaimito? Fue del pueblo, voy a comerme el mundo, pero un poquito palurdo, campechano y aburrido. Y si ahora lo vieras en la discoteca, ¿qué marcha lleva? Venga, 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 bailando por el lado más bestia, sí, Laurelio, por la pista más bestia de la vida. Por hora iba muy deprisa. Cuando más ciega se ponía, más a gusto se sentía. Acabó con ella una taquicardia y su mejor amiga ya me lo decía. Es que María iba por el lado más bestia de la vida. Sí, sus amigas le decían: vas por el lado más bestia de la vida. Y
That's good, isn't it? That's Fatal Mambo. Oh, no, it's not Fatal Mambo at all. Hang on, let me just check who that is. That's Albert Pla, P-L-A. It's called El Lado Más Bestia de la Vida, which is called Walk on the Wild Side. And that album that those tracks are called is called Cover the World, World Music Versions of Classic Pop Hits. That's on the Putumayo label, Putumayo, Putumayo World Music. That is a website, putumayo.com, as far as I know. Someone on the line, do you say?
Yeah, apparently you have a cousin called Dinkle. His nickname's Dinkle, Dinkle Canning.
Dinkle Canning?
Yeah,
my cousin.
Your cousin Paddy, he's known as, I didn't know that, Dinkle Canning.
Well, what do you know?
And here's a gentleman says, Norman, he says that he worked with a prison officer who was called 18 months because he had 1.5 ears.
Oh. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
Good, man. You have my pulse going this morning, so you have.
Well, that's a change. Well, what have I done to...
I have just, well, you see, I was thinking, listening to Stephen Nolan this morning, not that I listen that often, but anyway.
God.
And he was looking for ways to cut back and to save Northern Ireland money.
Yeah.
Well, I have come up with 3 bright things that we could do. We could send you and your mate beside you and Stephen Nolan over to Africa.
Yes.
because see all this romantic music and all that sort of stuff you're playing, all that humdrum stuff, you see, you really set me in this vision of you first and foremost. And if the people can go with me in this one here,
Yes, yes.
if they can visualise you walking barefoot to begin with, of course, and with nothing but a wee chamois on and a big long stick in your hand,
Yes.
and being sent from village to village in Africa with messages.
Yeah.
And your mate behind you could be running behind you with a wee shovel in the bucket.
Yes, right.
Right.
Like a Brock carrier, yeah.
Yes,
like
that's it. Yep. And then we could go and deliver the message to Stephen. He could still be the big chief.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we could save a lot of money. You could be our ambassador.
I thought you meant we should carve him up and distribute him amongst the hungry.
No, not at all. You have to keep him to the end, for God's sake. You keep the good wine to the end. You see, you don't want to be eating a big feed when you can have wee small portions first.
No, you don't want to throw the good stuff away.
Well, you see, the thought of you just running like that there with the hair blowing in the wind,
Mm-hmm.
and the big stick and all the rest of it running across, and your wee mate behind you, running behind you, and going from village to village, that just set me off today. And I see, the only thing I know I can speak is two wee bits. It's, what do we think, what do we call it again? For God's sake, it's way out of my head now.
What an imagination this woman has.
Exactly. You see, you have me all hot and bothered, and then with all this lovely French music and all this
I know.
African music and stuff, and
I'm trying to bring you out of yourselves.
yes, come on in there. Tell me what you're going to tell me.
Why am I walking behind Gerry with a bucket and a shovel?
No, you wouldn't be walking. You'd have to be running the speed he'd be going. You see, it'd be one of these ones that'd be running. You know the way African ones can run good and fast when they have to get there in a hurry.
Why you got a bucket?
Why have I got a bucket?
Because I've probably got berry.
That's it. That's exactly right. So you see, I was going to save everybody here. You know, you were getting in there as well. You were going to get a free trip as well. And then Gerry could do all the running. You clean up behind him. And then he can go to Stephen and then deliver the message to Stephen.
Excellent. Okay, well, I think we'll do that. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll do that.
exactly. And listen, don't forget.
I
Do
won't.
not forget you have to get the chamois cloth for the front of your body.
Okay. Ooh, I'll tell you
I'll
what.
post one off to you.
You better not leave your address.
I'll find out. I'll get the wee notebook for you and get some numbers for you.
You wouldn't need a very
Oh, what?
You wouldn't need a very big chamois. Tom's
Well,
on too.
well, bye.
Goodbye.
What about Tom?
You didn't like any of that, did you?
Oh,
All that stuff.
all your...
All that pagan stuff.
Are you talking to Tom?
No.
Wasted and wounded, it ain't what the moon did. God would I pay.
Sorry. I put that up. I put that off for a mistake.
I think maybe now you should talk to
Well,
Tom.
I don't know why.
No,
It seems God did that. Where is he? Where is he?
Two.
All right then. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Gerry.
Sorry about that. God made me talk to you.
I see. This is a mercy call.
Yes.
A mate of mine was followed home the other night with a young black and white dog.
Yes.
Followed by a young black and white dog.
Yes.
And he
yes.
searched the place, couldn't find the owner of it, so he ended up he had to get the council to take the dog.
Uh-huh.
Now it's we put you in mind of a border collie, but it has loppy ears, hangy down ears, right?
Hangy down ears, yes.
Yeah. So the dog is known councils is probably on death row.
Yes, well, yes.
Well,
that's
we're hoping that
possibility.
this was in the Jordanstown, Monkstown area.
Uh-huh.
So we're hoping the owner hears the call from the greatest show in the country.
Indeed, yes, thank you. As opposed to the biggest.
no problem.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Give us the details again.
He's a black and white, longish-haired dog.
Yes, and he's where?
A youngish dog.
Yeah, and where is he? Where is he?
He'll be in Carrick Pound.
All right then.
He's been there for a couple of days.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, is that the policy of Carrick Pound? I don't want to denigrate them.
Well,
in any way.
I'm just judging by, the,
You
the
don't
word
know,
on
but-
all councils, the chances are 7 days.
Sometimes that is indeed the case. All right then.
Yeah.
So
well, thank you very much, Gerry.
Not at all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You see, I think your call there was right because a dog's life was at stake.
Yes.
Let me
Are
just.
you
yes,
going
okay.
back to Tom Waits?
No, I'm not, because the moment has gone. Just a line to let you know, says Laura, about my daddy's vintage tractor run around the north. That's Brian Kelly. It's all for charity, with the proceeds being divided between Macmillan Cancer, Marie Curie and the Neve Louise Foundation. He should be going for another few weeks yet. Yes, today. That's today. Is today the 9th, by the way? Is it?
Yes.
I know it's a difficult question to ask people in here. It's St. Columba's Day.
Yes.
Do you know that time? St. Columba broke a wonder, and he blamed it on St. Paul.
Patron saint of our city.
Yes, indeed. Daily, daily, sing to Mary. He should be going for another few weeks yet. Today he will be in Sion Mills, Victoria Bridge, Castlederg, Newton Stewart, Drumquin and Irvinstown. So the people in those places, Sion Mills, Victoria Bridge, Castlederg, Newton Stewart, Drumquin, Irvinstown, Ballina-Mallard. You see, he was on this programme the other day. He's a very courageous man. He's going to drive around Northern Ireland twice on a Massey Ferguson. If you could let people know to look out for his Massey Ferguson 135, which he did up especially, I would very much appreciate it, as the causes are very close to his and my heart. Also, if any businesses want to sponsor my daddy, he will put up the logo on the trailer. So that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? That's twice around Northern Ireland with your name of your business on it. If you want more info, please call him. There's a number here if you want. I'll give it out. The lady doesn't mind. It's 0790 221 8662. That's 0790 221 8662. So if you see a man in a vintage tractor with labels on it and signs going through today, Sion Mills, Victoria Bridge, Castlederg, Newton Stewart, even though it's a bit of a damp day, raise his spirits by giving him a few quid. Drumquin, Irvinstown, Ballina-Mallard. Because he's a nice man and he was on this programme and I was very impressed by him, to be honest with you. And a gentleman writes to me from France. He says, listening to you from a rather wet Montignac in the Dordogne region of France. That's Gordon. The river Verzère is well flooded, and the local emergency services are racing around with sirens going. This is what's going on in France today. Sounds like home in the good old days. I'm homesick. The flood warning siren on the Hotel de Ville sounded early this morning. I was expecting the Luftwaffe to fly over. Probably should have gone to Portrush, but he's enjoying the programme. See, a man in a foreign land surrounded by sirens. I agree with Sean. Go back to Tom Waits and Waltzing Matilda. The reason why I'm not going back to Tom Waits and Waltzing Matilda, because we don't have time to play the whole thing. And it's no good playing half of that. Gerry, whilst listening working late in Western Australia, says Geraldine Wilson, over here Speedos are commonly called... Do you know what you call a Speedo in Australia?
No.
What do you call them?
I don't know.
Budgie smugglers. Janet laughed very quickly there.
Didn't she?
She did, I thought.
Yeah.
You probably won't be able to read this out.
Janet doesn't like the sound of it.
It's pretty bad, isn't it? It's bad, yeah. What can we do? Sometimes things have to be talked about in this programme that aren't talked about in other programmes. Why don't we get a yacht and take it out and sink it? Why can that not be? Why can Mary Ulster not do that? What's wrong with us? Have we no get up and go?
What's wrong with your equipment?
It's disappeared out of me. Oh, there it is. Hold on a second. I thought that the CD went out on its own. Hold on a second. Sometimes they've...
Who are you looking for?
Never you mind. Let it be a surprise to the listeners. No, I'm going to play out with a South African song.
Yeah.
People used to talk like that
It's
in South
right.
Africa. They don't talk like that anymore. This is a song with Lady Blacksmith. Sorry, not Lady Black. Lady Smith Blackman Basil.
Have you got them singing Sweet Chariot?
No, I've got them singing Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. There it is now. Featuring Desiree.
Forward to
Have you any bad habits, man?
Mama Wam, sunshine, them clubbing, she was and so the sunshine when she is Mama Wam, anytime she was anytime she goes, nobody knows, anytime she goes, anytime she no sunshine when he's gone. It's not warm when he's away. Ain't no sunshine when he's gone, and he's always gone too long. Anytime he goes away, wonder this time where he's gone. Wonder if he's gonna stay. I know, yeah.